I kept finding my daughter's toys arranged in perfect circles every morning, and I just discovered who was doing it. It started 3 weeks ago. I'd put my daughter Emma to bed, and her toys would be scattered across her room like always. Stuffed animals on the floor, plastic blocks everywhere, her little tea set in the corner. But every morning, I'd find them arranged in a perfect circle in the center of her room. Every single toy placed exactly the same distance apart, like someone had measured it. Emma, did you get up and play last night? I asked. She's 4. She looked up from her cereal. No, Mommy. Are you sure your toys were all organized? The Nightman does it, she said casually. My blood went cold. What Nightman? The one who comes in my room. She went back to eating her Cheerios like this was normal. I checked her window. Locked. Checked her door. No signs of forced entry. Checked the whole house. Nothing. I told myself she had an imaginary friend. Kids that age have imaginary friends all the time. It's normal. It's fine. But the next morning, the toys were in a circle again. This time, her stuffed giraffe was in the exact center, standing upright. I hadn't posed it like that. Emma couldn't have done it. The giraffe won't stand on its own. Someone had to balance it perfectly. My hands started shaking. I called my husband at work. Someone's coming into Emma's room at night. What? That's insane. The toys, Ryan. They're being moved. Arranged. Someone is in our house. You're stressed. You probably did it yourself and forgot. I didn't forget arranging 30 toys in a perfect geometric pattern. He thought I was losing it. Maybe I was. I started checking Emma's room every hour during the night, setting alarms on my phone. 11 p.m., toys scattered. 1 a.m., toys scattered. 3 a.m., toys scattered. 5 a.m., perfect circle. It was happening between 3 and 5 a.m., and I was somehow sleeping through it despite the alarms. I asked Emma more questions. What does the Nightman look like? Tall. Really tall. What does he do? Plays with my toys. Makes them pretty. My stomach dropped. Does he talk to you? No. He's quiet. He smiles though. I called the police. They came out, looked around, found nothing. No signs of break-in, no fingerprints. One officer suggested I install a camera. Probably just sleep deprived and moving things yourself, he said. New moms do that. Emma was 4. I wasn't a new mom, but I bought a nanny cam anyway. A small one that looks like a smoke detector. I installed it on Emma's ceiling, angled to capture the whole room. That night, I barely slept. I kept checking the camera app on my phone. At 4:17 a.m., I got a motion alert. I opened the app with hands that wouldn't stop trembling. The footage showed movement in Emma's room. A figure entered the frame. Tall, very tall, moving slowly, carefully. My heart was slamming against my ribs. I couldn't breathe. The figure bent down and began arranging toys methodically, placing each one in the circle, testing distances with its hands. I zoomed in on the video. My throat tightened. The figure was wearing Ryan's old Dartmouth sweatshirt, the gray one with the hole in the sleeve, the one hanging in our bedroom closet. I switched to live view and crept down the hallway to Emma's room, pushed the door open slowly. Ryan was kneeling on the floor in his sweatshirt, carefully positioning Emma's plastic teacups in a perfect circle. His eyes were completely closed. Ryan, I whispered. He didn't respond, didn't even flinch. He picked up a stuffed bear, placed it in the circle, adjusted it slightly. His movements were smooth, automatic. He was sleepwalking. I'd never seen him sleepwalk in 8 years of marriage. I stood there frozen, watching my husband arrange our daughter's toys with his eyes closed, moving with the precision of someone performing surgery. When he finished, he stood up, smiled at nothing, and walked past me out of the room. Back to our bedroom, climbed into bed, never opened his eyes once. In the morning, I showed him the footage. His face went pale. That's not possible. Watch. I played it again. Him entering Emma's room, arranging the toys, smiling. I don't remember any of that. I swear to God. Emma calls you the Nightman. His hands started shaking. I've been terrifying our daughter in my sleep. The doctor diagnosed him with sleep-related eating disorder that had evolved into complex sleepwalking. Apparently, it runs in his family. His mom did the same thing. She'd reorganized their entire kitchen at 3 a.m. with her eyes closed. We put a lock on Emma's door now, on the outside, so Ryan can't get in while he's asleep. But sometimes I still wake up at 4 a.m. and find him standing in the hallway, reorganizing our shoes into perfect rows, eyes shut, smiling at nothing.